So what you doing, man?
Are we live?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're totally live.
Why didn't you tell me, dude? I'm over here doing nothing. Just reminiscing.
Oh.
Reflecting from last night.
Last night?
Yeah.
We didn't even talk. What did you do last night?
Bro, we burned stuff. Lots of things.
Wow.
There's fires everywhere.
That's intense.
Yeah, I just want to apologize to anyone that we kept up. We had a blast. We had a blast, man.
Bro, okay, you didn't trust me. You didn't keep anybody up. I got a story. You keep going. I'll tell you a story.
Okay. Before we get to that, we just want to say, what is up? Good morning, MSE. Welcome to the Sunday Huddle. My name's Cameron.
Hi, I'm Garrett. Hey, special MSC middle school experience announcement today. Cameron Henderson is the brand new middle school pastor with a bunch of other titles because he's super awesome.
Yeah,
but I think this is technically your first Sunday morning huddle with middle school experience since you've been on staff as the middle school pastor of City First Church.
Oh, snap. This is all hitting me really, really fast.
Bro,
but you're right.
You got this.
Dude, I'm grateful and excited to be here. Garrett, where'd you go? Come back. Literally, I need you. But I'm happy. I'm pumped to be here. I hope you guys are happy. And I just want to apologize in advance for all the things I'm going to break. And it's going to be a blast.
Like faces with dodgeballs.
So if you haven't noticed, we're in a really cool series right now. We're talking about if your life was a video game. It's a really, really big question. I thought about it for a couple of weeks, and now we're here trying to answer this question, which has brought us to some really cool topics that we're going to talk about today.
Bro, if my life was a video game, I'd have had a grenade launcher last night. Because I literally got my kids to bed. My kids went to bed super late, you know, and if you don't know, I have a brain, she's just turned 4, and a 6-year-old. And, you know, we partied hard last night, so we finally got to bed around like 10:30, got them to bed. And it was fine. I got to sleep eventually. All great, no big deal. And I'm just like, dude, I'm passed out. And then boom! I was like, what was that? And then boom, another one, and my windows light up. I look at my phone, it's 4 a.m. 4 a.m. It really was like 3:59 a.m. And I was like, what just happened? Was that on the golf course? That was way too close. And I live in a cul-de-sac, so literally the next one, boom! And I was like, oh my gosh, that's happening in my cul-de-sac, in my circle. And the house that's not right next to mine, but 2 down, the guy rents it out as an Airbnb. And these people rented it out and have this massive party going. And they came out of their house at 4 in the morning, bro, to light giant aerial fireworks.
I love it.
My next door neighbor, like, everybody's coming out being like, are you crazy? And I just sat in there and like watched, because I was like, oh man, more fireworks, like more things exploding. But my neighbors were so mad.
Oh my gosh.
My other neighbors, they told me this morning, everyone tried calling the cops, but the cops never came. There's not a Second Amendment push here, but I guess it could be.
No, that's really funny because I also spent last night, I went to the Rockford Speedway, and let me tell you, out of nowhere, most of Rockford, you know, they said they weren't having fireworks. And then Rockford Speedway just puts this post out. They're like, yo, there's an event happening tonight. We're doing races. We're going to break cars. We're going to burn things. And there will also be fireworks.
You know, I never put together until this moment. Isn't the Rockford Speedway in Loves Park?
We don't want to talk about that.
Or is it McChesney Park? What is that right there? But it's not Rockford.
It's not Rockford at all. Well, okay. Quick history lesson.
No one would go to the Loves Park Speedway, I guess.
I wouldn't go to a speedway called Loves Park. I want to see things crash, burn,
we
pop on fire.
We park it gently.
No, we don't need any of that. Anyways, long story short, based off our last series that we're in, Surviving the Apocalypse, which will be to be continued. Don't worry, people, all you crazy people out there. But we know that the Rockford Speedway attracts a certain type of character. Like, you're talking about reckless people who just want to break things. And so we're just watching everyone amongst the Rockford Speedway compete with the fireworks that are happening at the Speedway. So people are just lighting giant stuff left to right. And it got really dangerous. Like, real fast. Like, super dangerous. And there was just a lot of fails that took place.
I mean, that's a given. This one is not a fail, but I saw a video this morning It was a news helicopter flying over L.A. because I think it was the mayor of L.A. or whatever had shut down. They'd closed all beaches, canceled all fireworks. Basically, just put out a rule. In my interpretation, said no fun, no celebrating, no freedom on the day you're supposed to celebrate your freedom. God. And so the police helicopter. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for saying this, but the police. Not saying police. I think it's a news helicopter flying, and bro, it's just the whole city's just fireworks. And it's not every, but just residents everywhere, just lighting their own fireworks.
Oh my gosh.
America.
You know what? I think that would actually go align with what we're gonna talk about today. And I don't know about you, but I love watching people fail. Like, it's funny.
What? I mean,
well, you know, people mess up, you know. So
I do love a good laugh. I'll give you that. Yep.
We got a couple of clips for you guys. We're gonna take a chance to watch some epic fails. Boom, 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 boom.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. So we got some videos for you guys. We hope you enjoy them. Yeah, Gary, just let it rip.
All right, we'll watch this first one and then figure out what's happening. I don't even know if you've watched these yet. I don't think you've seen these.
I haven't seen not one single thing we're gonna watch. This is about to be new for me too.
Redneck fireworks. And make sure you have your safety glasses on.
Go a little more to the right, please.
Redneck fireworks, man.
Did that man just put a bottle rocket?
No, he did not.
What?
No, he did not. He put one of those, like an aerial, taped an aerial firework
that goes
to an arrow, and lit it, and it just exploded as he tried to shoot it. At least he's okay. That's good. That's good.
His drawback. Why didn't he let it go and fire out?
You know,
that's what I'm confused about.
Bro, when you're aiming at the sky, you want to make sure that you get it in the right spot.
When you're aiming at nothing at all, and there's nothing you could possibly hit.
I don't want to shoot that cloud. Looks like a turtle. All right, let's check this next one out. Okay, you might not have seen it. Hold on, no. This is one of the biggest fails. This is one of the biggest fails of 4th of July. You didn't even see it, did you? You didn't even see it.
Wait, can we go back?
I'm gonna play it again. You're looking at the guy waving the flag, aren't you?
Yeah.
You gotta look behind him at the guys eating the pizza. You ready? Look at this.
Bro. That is an epic fail. But before we even talk about this, pause. Can we all agree that that man waving the flag looks like a Hispanic version of Garrett? Like, I'm not lying to you. Like, literally, he does. Like, go back.
I gotta watch this pizza fall again.
Bro, that's the Garrett disappointed face. Look at it.
He slightly looks over, he sees it in his camera, and then he just shakes his head.
You're not doing America right, man. You're not doing it right. Oh, man. Life never goes as planned sometimes.
No, man.
It doesn't go as planned at all. And I think that's what separates us from a video game. In a video game, you have rules, you have coding, you have boundaries. There's certain missions you can do. There's people you can talk to, and there's random people you don't talk to. People create the video game so that you can experience exactly what they want you to experience. But life isn't curly like that. Like, it's not created like that. Like,
Did you say curly?
no, not well. It
You
is.
say life
curly.
ain't curly like
Life
that?
is curly. All right, my life is. But life isn't a video game, Garrett. Man, things don't go as planned all the time.
No, but I feel like that's how I do it video games anyway. I'm like, I got this. Oh my god! Like, it just
Even in video games.
Game. No, and I feel like it's like etched in my head. You know how sometimes there's different eras where you've played so much of one game.
Yes.
And when I was younger, it was like when Halo literally came out. But you could link Xboxes for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
It was embedded in your brain. It was in your dreams, all this stuff. And then same thing with Call of Duty when zombies came out. How many rounds of zombies you'd make. And you'd be like, I got this, and then one just grabs you, and you're like, but it's becomes so real. All right.
That's
all
real.
I got, yeah.
No, that's real.
Sorry, flashbacks. Just nuts. It makes a game about getting attacked by zombies anyway.
Geniuses. Nuketown Zombies is the greatest thing that ever hit the internet.
Ha! All right, you want to check this next one?
Let's do it.
Get his face peeled. Are you alright?
Okay.
What? How is he okay?
Bro, I'm just saying
That man just took the fury of light itself directly in its eye.
It's the worst waiting, like you know it's coming. Like, first off, never put a bottle rocket in your mouth or your butt. We just know, the internet has taught us, it is gonna go bad. If you ever shot a bottle rocket or any firework at all, there are crazy mad sparks. You don't want them anywhere on your body.
Or
let
near
alone
gas. What? Near gas.
near gas. I get it. It's a fart joke. Check this guy out. Middle school pastor one-on-one. Yeah, that's vicious. That's just...
How did he get talking to? Like, how did he get in that position?
Dude, I don't know, but if we go back, I might watch it one more time here.
Hold up.
I want you to notice also, it took me a minute because like on the side of the screen, I was like, is it a fire extinguisher? What is it? And then I realized it's actually like a handlebar to the motorcycle. And I'm almost positive the guy sitting recording it is sitting on a motorcycle. Like a guy's just parked his motorcycle where other people are launching fireworks. Being like, oh, check it out. I got this on video. Like,
Let me just sit on this tank of gas while they light sparks.
watch it.
Get his face peeled. Are you alright?
Like Shaggy
This-
from Scooby-Doo.
Either way, don't do it, people. Don't do it. It ends badly every time.
Even if you look like Shaggy, still don't do it.
Yeah. I once saw a guy attempt to do it out of his backside. Went terribly wrong then. But, I don't know. He had a Florida public schooling education, so I don't know.
Yeah, but Chris Dotson has came a long way since then, and we love him.
Dotson! All right. I don't even know what this next one is, so...
Let's get it.
Oh, wait, I think I do. Hey, Jure, some of these people just don't have a brain.
Jure knows what's up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this next one is lit and filmed and edited by middle school students. Just so you know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to hear the audio, but they'll be able to hear the audio. But I'm pretty sure this video starts, this is the one I'm thinking of, by a middle schooler just popping in front of the camera going, yay!
Zie je naar boven, man? Ja. Oh, nee! Nee!
Oh.
I'm gonna do it again. I just fixed audio so camera can hear it, so I'm gonna do it again.
Zie je naar boven, man? Ja. Oh, nee! Nee!
Uh-oh. I love it.
Love me.
Also, don't let fireworks by cars or bottle rockets where they're gonna shoot under your parents' cars, because that's just messed up.
Because unlike a video game, there's things called damage, and you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
And
All right, I got one more. There's no audio to it. I'll try to walk us through what's going on. It's pretty simple. This is actually taken from last night. So this is probably one of the first fails from 4th of July 2020.
oh snap!
It's from like just a house security camera. So it's entertaining, but I figured it's not even that great, but I figured it's from last night, so we had to at least show it.
Hanging out by the car, fireworks, dad's running away lighting it. Everyone's like, oh man, this fountain's cool. Oh, so great. Oh, well, it's faster than I thought. Holy moly. And, oh, look, cars driving by. Oh, fun post. Oh, I almost shot that car. Oh my goodness. Oh,
You never know what you're in for.
Look how they're holding. Like, I love how they're holding each other. I'm like, oh, look at this.
This is so sweet. Oh, we almost shot that car. Holy moly. And then just lights out.
Hey, shout out to that tree for not catching on fire, though. Like, it was taking shots right in the tree.
Bro.
That's one way to get your tree down, I guess. Maybe you should look into that. You got a lot of trees.
I don't want them down.
You cut like 8.
Yeah, but I have like 800 left. Shade, man. I like the shade.
We all want shade until the fall comes.
Oh, God. Good call. Let's cut them down. Rachel, you hear that? Call the guy.
Burn them. Burn them all.
Jeez, man. You know, so I didn't show you this or read this, but I was going to read you a verse and then pass you the microphone. But it's a verse that seems fitting coming out of these videos.
Yes.
Maybe transitioning into what you're going to talk about here. And it's a verse out of 1 Peter chapter 1. And so it basically started at verse 6. And it says, "You should greatly rejoice in what is waiting for you, even if now for a little while you've had to suffer various trials. Suffering tests your faith, which is more valuable than gold. Remember that gold, although is perishable, is tested by fire." Fire! "So that if found genuine, you can receive praise, honor, and glory when Jesus is anointed.
Wow.
Our liberating King revealed at last."
Wow.
So I just found that fitting, knowing that sometimes our video game, right, our life doesn't go as we planned, and sometimes junk blows up in your face, as a lot of people discovered again last night, as if they have no clue what happens when you buy bougie fireworks. So, I just thought it was a little crazy, and how sometimes we need that reminder of going, it's the endurance through that craziness that proves our faith worthwhile when we hold on all the way through the end. And I get asked that question a lot throughout the years of going, how do I know if I'm being faithful? How long do I have to be faithful? How long do I have to trust?
Right.
And at what point can I be But I've always believed that faithfulness is shown in the completion of the action.
Yes.
Like if that's what faithfulness is, you hold on until you get closure.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's talk a little bit about just.
I think no, that's awesome. It sustains you for now. I think what's cool, like when our life goes crazy or things don't happen as planned, God always tries to point us and remind us of the big picture, but He tries to engage us in the now. So in the everyday life, even if things aren't going as planned or it doesn't look like what it's supposed to be when it's done or when it's completed, God wants you to know. He wants to remind you, like, hey, He has a plan for you. A good plan to prosper you, a good plan that's best for you because He knows you best, but also He wants you to focus on the now. Focus on what is in front of you and what you can do what's in front of you and how you can make the best out of it. Because He wants you to enjoy the journey. And I feel like we preach this all the time here in Middle School Experience, because middle school these are the years of your life where God just wants you to just focus on the now. What's in front of you, what you can do. A story comes to mind. There's a guy named Joseph in the Bible, right? And if you've come around before, you've heard us talk about Joseph. But Joseph is this guy who's basically the youngest of 12 brothers.
It's a lot of brothers.
A lot of bromance right there. A lot of bromance. And he kind of was favored by his dad. You know, his dad really liked him a lot, loved him. And Joseph had these dreams. And he would have these dreams that basically proclaimed that he was going to be a king. Or he was going to be some sort of ruler. He really didn't know what it was. Yeah. He just knew that his brothers would bow to him. The funny thing about it is that Joseph's life doesn't go anywhere as planned as what he thought, as what his dad had thought.
What do you mean? He told his brothers, hey, don't worry, I'm going to be elevated above you and you're all going to bow to me. So this is great. We should probably just do this now. Do you guys want to, do you want to bow down now, or how do you want?
And obviously that didn't go well. For any older siblings that are watching right now, you know when your little brother, little sister demands you to do something, it's going beat down with the pillow. And that's exactly what happened to him. So check this out. Just to paraphrase, Joseph, his brothers, they decided to actually put him into slavery. So they lured him literally to a hole. They threw him in the hole.
Well, they were going to kill him.
And then one brother was like, hey guys,
That seems a bit extreme. I don't know if I'm against it, but it just seems like a bit much. Just because he told Dad on us, you know, like.
So he managed to talk them
Let's sell him into a life of slavery instead, you know?
like a slavery instead. So they straight up sell this man, right? And
Boy.
At the time, boy, the youngest boy of the family, to be even more accurate. But what's crazy is that even from that moment, Joseph found himself in situations where he basically tried to make the best out of it, but it still didn't go as planned. Like, at one point, he was in jail, and he was in jail with 2 other guys. And these 2 other guys, one guy was just like some rando guy who was like, he did something bad. And then the other guy was like the king's like tea taster. And so he was like,
mad
really
if my title
important.
was like, yo, I'm the cupbearer. Oh man, I'm just a tea taster.
I don't even know if they had tea back then. I'll be 100. He was the cupbearer. He had to drink the king's stuff.
Which is a gutsy job as well. Like, why? Explain why that, like, what is that
Because
job?
people tried to poison you, bro.
So in case the king was gonna get poisoned, that man would taste it first. And if he died, the king would know not to drink it. Sounds like a glorious job. Did he screw up? Why is he in prison? We can talk about that some other day. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so the new king is around. Like, what?
Did he not? He just developed an endurance over it, and then he drunk some poison, and the other guy died. He was like,
Okay, and I bet my life on it.
Anyways, so Joseph has these dreams, right? Similar to the first dream he had that basically led him knew that he was going to be a ruler. And he can interpret these dreams by God's will. And he always did a good job of pointing people to God and stressing that it's not this talent that's in him or this gift that's in him, but it's through God that he has the ability to understand dreams. And so he interprets these dreams for these 2 guys. One guy's dream he interprets, let's just say it's not that well. He basically says like, yeah, dude, you're totally going to die. Good luck. And then the other guy, he was like, hey, you're actually going to get asked back into the kingdom. But bro, when you do, Joseph stresses to him, please remember me. Let them know that my story, what happened to me. So what happens next?
He gets remembered.
No.
He gets forgotten.
For a while.
Ooh, like a month.
A little
Longer?
A little longer.
Like 2 months.
Little
Bro, that's
bit.
like
A little bit longer.
longer?
Longer than 2 months.
Homie stuck in quarantine.
That would have been nice, but a little bit longer.
How long?
I'm talking a couple of years.
What?
Yes, bro. Years go by. Years go by. And this man is forgotten. Randomly, the king has a dream years later, and he can't find anyone in his entire kingdom to help him understand what this dream is. The cupbearer is chilling one day, starts thinking, why? That sounds so familiar. Why do I feel like I can help?
I wish I knew a guy.
If there was someone that could.
I feel like I was supposed to remember something.
He finally creates this conclusion and realizes he left his bro Joseph in the jail cell. So push comes to shove.
Bro, how awkward is that conversation when you walk back in being like, hey,
Dude.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll own it. My bad. Left you here for a few years.
Years in jail.
Did you talk about how Joseph got in jail? Were you just gonna skip
Oh,
over
dude, Joseph. So that's the second thing that went wrong. The first time life didn't go as planned. Well, that's the third. The second time life didn't go as planned is that Joseph was sold to a very rich guy. He actually served in his house for a long time, and Joseph did such a good job at serving that the guy actually made him his right-hand man. Like, he entrusted Joseph with everything of his house, with everything of his land when he was away on meetings or doing business trips like this. The problem with being close to God and living your life the way that you ought to be living is that you become very attractive in all ways. Middle school boys, when you live your life close to God, you become very attractive in many ways. Take that knowledge, keep it, close in your heart, use it some other day.
There was also, speaking of 4th of July, a bit of a firecracker in the house with him.
Yes, that is true. Someone else noticed how well of a job Joseph was doing.
Stop hiding it, man. She done ripped his robe off.
Dude, it was
and he
Potiphar's
ran
wife.
away naked because he didn't know what else to do.
He didn't know.
Said, please, Jesus, no. And he just ran down the street naked for his life. But she told a different story. She felt embarrassed, so she tried to shame him and said that, like, he was all crazy and tried to, like, get after her. And he was like, that's not true.
Yikes.
And they arrested him, ended up in prison. Fast forward, here we are.
Here he is in prison, being forgotten by,
Blow up in your face.
And then so eventually the king brings him in. He interprets the dream, and the king understands that it's not by his will, but by God's will. And then the king promotes him, and then gives him land, gives him a wife, gives him authority. But if we look at every little point of this story, none of that was the original plan, was it?
It's also far greater than anything Joseph would have been able to accomplish had he just always been the younger brother at home.
Had he stuck to the plan. And that's exactly what we wanted to talk to you guys about today. When life doesn't go as planned, and even in video games, when you mess up, when you drop the ball, when you forget to save the spot you're at, or you don't complete the mission, or you don't get the grade you wanted, you don't get the girl, your parents are mad because you did this, you said something, you're insensitive. When life doesn't go as planned, a lot of times we lose sight of the vision. And even like Joseph, there was moments where he was just broken, and he was frustrated, and he was angry.
And he was derobed. I love that part of the story.
And he was derobed. But what's interesting about him is that he lived an inconvenienced life of making himself adaptable to any situation. Like, he lived his life in a way that he was just so for whatever God had for him, that his desires would always flow and change to the plan that God was creating for him. He yielded his own plan for the crazy ride that God took him on.
Yeah.
Like this crazy thing called life. He yielded his desires because he trusted that however, regardless of the pain, regardless of what's going to happen, that God was going to take him to where he had promised him, or the dream that he had given him.
Yeah, and I think that's something that always sets Joseph apart, and people of great faith apart from a lot of other people, is that, you say you took him for a great ride. A lot of times it feels like just that. However, a lot of times when the ride gets too crazy and it seems different than our plan, or it's frustrating, there's these moments that are scary, instead of holding on, we get off.
Yeah.
We get off the ride.
Yeah.
And we're like, no thanks. Trusting God's not working.
Yep.
Clearly, you can tell by my circumstance now, so I'm going to bail. I'm going to get off. I'm going to step out of faith. I'm going to go live my own life, my own way, what I want, when I want it. And then for some reason, it still doesn't really seem to work out.
Or satisfying.
Yeah.
And so we want to give you guys 3 ideas that you can take away from this story. Literally right now. If you have a phone, if you have a pencil, piece of paper, go grab it real fast. 10 seconds, go grab it. And I want you to write down these ideas, and we're going to talk about them, and maybe you can apply them to your life. The first idea is just staying the path. Stay on the path. Regardless of how crazy, how dangerous, how scary, how painful, how hurtful the path may get. Because God is not afraid to take you through some crazy stuff. He will lead you to the lions, to the cougars. He will lead you to the cliffs. He will lead you to the things that you never thought you'd be able to accomplish. Why? Because he's on the path with you. And if you can stay the path, you can literally conquer anything. And I think that's what's cool about Joseph's story, is that anything that he couldn't escape from, anything that was bad or was unhealthy that he couldn't escape from, he couldn't remove himself from, instead of hiding, he stayed the course. In fact, he embraced it. He made the best out of it. He fully dove into his surroundings, his area, and he became what was needed from him. When he was a slave, he became the best servant. He was like, I'm a servant right now. I'm going to serve Potiphar. I'm going to love him. I'm going to love the things that he loves except for his wife. But everything else, I'm going to love it. When he was in jail, he decided that he wanted to be the best. What just happened?
My light died.
Whoa, didn't you charge that?
Too soon, man. Too soon. When someone unplugged your battery, it's jacked up. Jacked up. Here, I got you.
Light or shine. We're still.
I got you, bro.
It's like the guy fell with the firecrackers.
Dude, I always think of Star Wars, like the scene where they're like trying to blow up the Death Star. It's like locked on target. Hold. 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 And it's like you gotta, but I feel like that's how life is, you know what I mean? Like God's calling you to something crazy and hold. You just gotta hold the pattern, stay the course, and stay driven. You know what I mean?
Stay driven, and that's the key. Be where you're planted and love it.
Yeah.
And so here's the second idea. You have to become the best lemonade maker known to mankind. Like, lemonade making, I literally just made this up, it has to become an art. What do we mean by making lemonade? You ever hear the phrase, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade?
Squeeze them lemons right back in life's eye.
Sometimes life doesn't give you lemons, though. And you can't let that stop you from making lemonade.
And you gotta take them.
You gotta take whatever. You gotta take the watermelons. You gotta take the mangoes. You gotta take the kiwi.
Bro,
you gotta take.
You leave mangoes out of this. I'm allergic to mangoes.
What?
The inside of mango skin. Same family as poison ivy have, you know. Yeah, gutsy.
No,
Highly allergic to mangoes.
Don't make it out of that.
I will say when it comes to that is a great point though. Being a fantastic lemonade maker. But there's also some certain things when you look at just making a normal glass of lemonade, okay? Whether you want to take lemon, some water, some sugar, some ice. Those things, I'm telling you, key. You want to preach, put the notes away, let's just go there, okay? Because you need the lemon, which is going to be the source.
Take us
there. You need water, which is going to be the source of life.
Oh,
okay?
snap!
You take what you have, you take your situation, who you are, you take God the living water, you take some ice, but you got to stay cool, okay? You're frustrated, you're crazy, life's difficult,
God.
you got to stay cool. But it's your attitude and your perspective that's going to be able to add the sweetness.
Flavor.
Right? You can melt down, you can go crazy. Nah. Variety is the spice to life. Change it up a little bit, guard your perspective, add that sugar, because no matter what you do, if you see it right, it can be sweet. I'm out.
Me too.
Time to
Party.
Let's
Listen
go.
up. Make lemonade in any situation you can. What's cool about Joseph is that wherever he was, he took the jobs that were given to him and he made them the best. Even though he knew he was called to be a king, to be a ruler, he took what was in front of him. He says, I'm going to be a servant and I'm going to serve and I'm going to make the best out of this. Ask yourself, what's in your hands right now? Maybe life didn't go the way that you wanted to. And can we be real? Can we be real online real fast? Can we just be real? Maybe there's some things that they didn't go plan. Maybe there's your parents, the way that things are working out right now. Wasn't in the plan. You didn't plan on spending your middle school career jumping from different houses. Was not in the plan.
Yeah.
But guess what? What's in front of you? When you're at whatever house, what's in front of you? What dinner table is there? What conversations can you have? How can you serve your mom? How can you serve your dad? How can you be there for them? What lemonade can you make? You want to know why people need lemonade? Because the world is thirsty, bro. Thirsty.
Yeah.
And God has empowered us to be a part of his mission of quenching that thirst. You get to play a role, man. People are waiting on your lemonade. They're waiting. It's like Chick-fil-A line, and they're just waiting on you to get it together. So that's the second thought. The third thought is pretty easy. Never lose vision. Keep your eyes on the goal. What was so cool is that what helped Joseph be planted is to know where he was called to go. And because he knew where he was called to be at and where he was meant to be, it gave him peace to be grounded where he was in the present. I know that's a little bit backwards. A lot of times we see something in the distance and we try to run after and chase it. But God doesn't work that way. In fact, God works differently. You take whatever the vision is, whatever the idea is he put in your heart, and he says, like, now watch me plant you here and move that towards you. It's crazy. It's backwards. It's not how the world works. but it's what helps us thrive as Christians. Think about the dreams and desires you have when you get older. The dreams and desires that you have when this quarantine is over and you can hang out with people. The best thing that's going to help you get there is to keep your eyes on the goal. Never lose hope. Never settle. What's interesting is that Joseph never settled. At no point when he was like, guess I'm just going to spend the rest of my days in this jail cell.
Guess I'll live this way now.
Yep, guess I'll talk to this person. Guess I'll just never go outside again because the air is poisonous or something like that. I don't really know what the next threat is. I feel like every week there's a new threat.
2020, bro.
But he didn't settle, though. In fact, he let it become encouragement, motivation. Like, he used that to help him. He had an idea.
Yes, but it's because he also never forgot. He never forgot what God showed him when he was young. When he was in middle school, he never forgot the vision he had.
So good.
He never forgot that one day, and it wasn't about belittling his brothers, right? It wasn't about being above them. It was instead about elevating the position that God was calling him to be. And he never forgot that God called him, that one day he would be standing at that spot. So it was up to him, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, to live at that level always, knowing one day he would already be equipped and prepared because he was already living that way to step right into that level of greatness. We think that one day we'll live better when we get to that spot. That spot's never going to come if we're living a life of compromise when that moment arrives.
Come on.
So I think that's a major part. So what are you doing now that is keeping that in the forefront of your vision, right? How are you keeping on track who God is asking you to be? Maybe the way he's asking you to be. And maybe you don't feel like you have this giant revelation going, one day I'm going to do this. Great. That's so far away. That's okay. But maybe who God is calling you to be is very clear to you, right? It's easy to look at your character. It's easy to look at the way you talk or the way you talk to people or about people, the way that you condone yourself or conduct yourself. Like, do you shame yourself? Do you guilt yourself? Do you build yourself up? Do you talk to yourself kind? Do you believe in yourself? All of those things shape who you are on a daily basis and the level that you get to live at. What does your pursuit after God look like? What does your communication with God look like? All those things should be in the forefront of your thought in order to get you to the spot where you can step into greatness because you're already living a great life.
That's so good. And even this just came to my head when you're talking. Notice that the Bible doesn't tell us that he was given a title or he was giving a specific you are going to do this, 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 and this. He gave him a standard of where to live his life at. And what's interesting is that he can live his life at that standard at every stage that he was at. And the Bible showed him of people bowing towards him. Didn't say they were bowing because he was a king. Didn't say they were bowing because he was royalty. Most cases, they're probably bowing because he was just a good man of integrity, a good man of stewardship. And that stayed at every stage of his life. And I think that's awesome. For you who are probably in 6th grade or you're probably in 5th grade coming in on 6th grade, you don't have that idea, that dream yet, and that's okay. But maybe there's a standard that God's calling you to live at, and he's placed that vision in your heart. So, all that being said, just to paraphrase, stay the path, make some good lemonade, and keep your eyes on the goal. Garrett, anything else you got for us, man? It's
Let's go.
100 degrees outside today. Go outside.
I think literally the heat index is 100 degrees today.
Yeah. Go outside, sweat a lot, drink a lot of water, climb a tree, catch a butterfly.
Then come back in and sit in the air conditioning.
Drink some lemonade. Think about today, and then do it all again.
Just make something.
Except for you, Dre.
Make something today. Whether it's lemonade or not. I don't care if you make a s'more indoor. Make something today. Do something. Do something.
It's like the commercial where it's sit it on the couch. The guy is telling people to go to college. Remember that commercial? No, never mind.
Sounds great though.
Yep.
Just go to college, huh?
We love you guys so much, man. Thank you guys for joining in on the Sunday Huddle. Take that story, keep it close to your heart. We love you. Can't wait to see you. And party.
Party! Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for freedom. We thank you that we live in a country where we get to even do this live stream, God, where we get to
Yes,
celebrate you, celebrate who we are. So we give it to you, and we pray that in honoring not just that freedom, but God, honoring the life that you've given us in the time, in the country, in the place that you let us live this life. Maybe do something crazy today and celebrate it. Just celebrate you, celebrate who you're calling us to be in the life that you're calling us to live. So we love you. We want to honor you with the way that we live our life. In Jesus' name, smile today because it's something we do. That's our goal, God, to make you smile. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Party on, party people.